Hey you guys, just a quick disclaimer before we got into today's video. In no way, shape, or form am I trying to steal Louis Vuitton's ideas or steal Louis Vuitton's concepts. I'm just simply trying to recreate some art that I seen going around on YouTube and on TikTok, and I wanted to go ahead and share it on my channel with you guys and recreate some art and just have some fun. So without further ado, let's get into the video.
You don't wanna answer me. Baby, I've been calling. You don't wanna answer me. Yeah, baby, I've been calling.
Hey you guys, Ashley K here, back with another one. So today's video is going to be a little bit of a fun DIY clothing DIY. I wanted to go ahead and recreate these Louis Vuitton jeans that I saw going around, this DIY Louis Vuitton jean idea that I saw going around on TikTok and also here on YouTube. You guys, this was not easy. I just want to say before we even get into it, it was definitely a trip, girl, but you know, we made it work and I kind of like the way it turned out. Very rugged and very vintage, and I'm kind of feeling it. So if you guys want to go ahead and see how I recreated this look, just stay tuned. And yes, so let's get into it. So the first thing you guys will be needing is some jeans and some cutout stencils. I actually printed these out off my computer. Really easy to do and really simple to just cut them out. You will need some scissors and some brushes as well too, of course. You will also be needing some gloves and a towel to put down on the floor as well too. You don't want to get your carpet or floor dirty with bleach. And you will need a cup to put your bleach and also bleach. You guys, don't judge my cup, okay? I was not about to put bleach in my good cups. So yes, it's a little ghetto, but you know, she gonna work. We gonna make her do what it do and we gonna keep it moving, okay? So the first thing you're going to do is pour your bleach in your cup, of course, and then you also want to go ahead and lay out your pants on however you want to do your design. I knew I wanted to do one leg on this design, so I went ahead and just laid out my pants in the one leg design, and I wanted to put it on my my left leg, so I wanted to go ahead and just figure out how to place it and how to kind of move it around. And as you guys can see, these jeans do have distressing on them, so I kind of had to figure out a way to work around the distressing and kind of figure that out. These jeans are from H&M if anyone was interested. I think these are some boyfriend jeans that I got like forever ago. I can't even remember when I got these, but yeah. So once you figured out the layout of your jean, you want to go ahead and go online and look at how the Louis Vuitton pattern is laid out. So that's what I did to kind of figure out the placement of my stencils. And it kind of took me a little while to kind of figure out how I wanted to do it. But you kind of just have to kind of move it around and make it work for you. However you try and place your stencils is pretty much how you're going to go ahead and do your bleach pattern. So just make sure you like it at the end of the day, because this is permanent. So yes. So, and I kind of wanted to do like a emblem like in the crotch area. I don't know why, I just felt like I wanted to do that. And then I kind of want to do something like on the leg. But I did have to go ahead and kind of stagger my designs because due to the distressing on the jeans, it made it a little bit difficult to have everything going like down in a straight line. So I had to go ahead and kind of stagger them around the distressing. And I kind of like the way it turned out that way, because then it just doesn't look too perfect. It kind of looks more vintage and more unique that way. So once you have figured out your designs, you're going to go ahead and tape them down so they don't move when you start to do the bleaching process. You don't want them moving because then it will kind of mess up the form of your Louis Vuitton idea. But honestly, I didn't really mind if they were moving or not, because I knew I wanted to do like a distressed kind of like not so perfect kind of look. So it's all up to you and your personal preference, but you know, you just make it work for you. And you do want to be cautious of the taping. I did have to tape around the ends of the little stencils because you are going to have to bleach around it to get the shape. So it was a little bit difficult for me to tape on it. So I had to just kind of tape the ends and kind of like move it around and kind of thing. So just be aware of that because you don't want the tape to get into your design. So just be aware that that's what you might have to do to get the stencils to stay. So once you get that sorted out, you are ready to start bleaching, girls. So the first one I started with is the top one, and as you guys can see, some of the stencils are actually like cut out and some of them are not. So the two on the top, the one on the top and the one on the bottom, the last one, are the cutouts that I use, and then the ones in the middle are the actual things to cut out. I don't know if that makes sense, but as you guys can see, that is the one that's on the top that I'm working on is the cut out, the actual layer. So I cut out the piece that's the actual design, and then I'm using the layer that's the cutout for a stencil, and I'm also doing that on the bottom. And then the first two, the second one and the third one is the ones that I'm using to work around them to kind of do an outline. So I don't know if that makes sense, but girl, you kind of could get where I'm going with it. Okay, but yeah, it's a little bit hard to kind of work with these. I was kind of trying to figure out how the stencil placement should be and stuff like that. I think that's going to be your hardest part, is just figuring out the stencils. But once you get that down, girl, you're good to go. So as you guys can see here, I'm just continuing to bleach all my stencils from top to bottom, making sure that I get all the bleach. And for some reason, you guys, I don't know if it was my bleach or if it was my jeans, but the bleach wasn't seeping through the way I thought it would. I don't know if it wasn't penetrating properly, but I went over this hell like 3 different times and it was not pushing through, like it was not seeping through the jeans like how I wanted to. So I was having a little bit of problems with that. I even let it sit for several hours and it wasn't like penetrating through the jeans. So I was having a little bit of struggle with that, but I ended up just having it just sit for a little bit and then waiting to see what I was going to do next. Y'all, this is how it looks after the bleaching process. I'm leaving the stencils on, so just in case if I need to go back and look to see if I can bleach anything, I'm gonna leave them on so I know exactly how it's supposed to be. But this is how it looks so far. This is after the first initial bleach process. I don't know how this is gonna turn out, honestly, but we're gonna see how it comes out because it's taking forever to dry. So I think I'm gonna put it outside and hang it like on my balcony or something so it can like dry, and then I'm gonna see what a few hours does to it. So as you guys can see, I ended up letting it dry on my deck, and it still wasn't making the imprint that I wanted it to. So I ended up having to help it out with some white spray paints, and I went ahead and did like the lightest layer ever in my stencils. Nothing too crazy. I only went over once with this, and I love the way that the spray paint really helps it out because now you can really see like the imprint of what I wanted to do a lot better than how it was with just the plain bleach. So this is just how it looks here. And you guys, I love the way that this turned out. It really turned out super dope and really super fun. And yes, this is just a close-up of the final review. It actually looks like I stenciled it on, but I actually just spray painted it. So I think it was super cool. It kind of looks like an art kind of deco type of jeans. So yes, you guys, I hope you like this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.